So let me give you 4 steps for vision buying, and then we'll wrap it up today. Number 1, communicate your vision clearly. Communicate your vision clearly. All right. What does that mean? How do I do that? Well, you need to know, whenever we're communicating, we need to know the purpose of our communication. Am I trying to just convey information? Am I communicating right now to get feedback, get a response? Am I wanting someone to take action based on what I'm communicating today? All those are different responses for your communication. So you need to be clear on, what do I want my team to do today? Is there an action I want them to take? Is there a way I want them to feel today? Is there something that I want them to think about moving forward? And then we'll come back together. But you need to communicate it clearly. And one of the best ways you can communicate clearly with your team, especially as it relates to vision, is the who cares test, right? Whatever you are communicating, does it pass the who cares test? Another way to say it is the what's in it for me test. We all have self-interest, right? We're all interested in ourselves and how it affects us. So you need to go into the mind of your team, and you need to think about, how does this vision, how does this direction that we're going as an organization benefit my sales team? How does this vision and direction that we're going as an organization benefit my operations team? And it might be, hey, this is going to open up greater opportunity. We believe this is going to grow our business, which ultimately, for those of you that are looking for advancement in our organization, is going to open up opportunities for that. Hey, these new channels are going to open up greater opportunities for the sales team. And that's why we're making this change. That's why we're rolling out this new CRM. Whatever the case is, you have to tie together and answer that question, what's in it for me? Does it pass that who cares test? Number 2, communicate your vision creatively. Communicate your vision creatively. One of the key things you need to do, and I talk about this in Leading Effective Meetings and talking about the meeting before the meeting in the book, you want to have, when you're sharing your vision, you want to meet with a few people outside of the C-suite of that top level of leadership in the organization. Maybe that top level leadership is you. Maybe you're the owner of the company, and you consult with yourself, or you have a coach, outside of the organization, or maybe you have your spouse or a confidant that you talk to, you bounce ideas off of, and then you just launch in and you tell your team, kind of, here's where we're going. This is the plan. Well, a different way that you could do that is you could have a meeting before your meeting, before you communicate your vision with your team. You could talk to some key influencers. And when I say key influencers, I'm not necessarily just talking about people who have a leadership title in your organization. There might be someone that, when you share your vision of where you're trying to go as an organization, that they're going to buck against it. They're going to fight it. Maybe they're one of those people, they struggle with change, but they're really great at their job, but man, they struggle with change. And it feels like every time that you share a change, there's a little bit of fight there. Or maybe there's someone that's been in the organization longer than you have. And whenever you communicate a new direction, all eyes turn to that person that's been there longer than you to see what they think. Well, you would be wise to reach out to those key people, those key influencers, and share the vision with them ahead of time. Get their feedback, get their responses, gain their buy-in, figure out what's in it for them, get them as an ally before you bring that vision to the entire organization. Another thing to do is to talk it to people, your frontline staff. Talk to people that are interacting with your customer base, with your clients, and ask them, hey, what do you think about this? How would this affect you, this vision, this direction where we are going as an organization? This is something you can just say, hey, this is something I'm thinking about, and I'd love your feedback. How would this affect you if we made these changes? How would that affect your interaction with our customers, with our clients, with our guests? Get that feedback. And along that process, you're going to get some people that are going to say, oh man, I've been in an organization, we did something similar to this. This is so exciting. This is fantastic. And what you can do is you can get those little testimonials, that feedback, and you can either incorporate it into your vision, or you can ask those people to supplement you when you're sharing your vision, either through pre-recorded video or live in the meeting whenever you're sharing and casting your vision, and say, hey, I want Susie to come here and share her experience and why she's excited about this new direction we're going. And that is going to bolster the buy-in from your team. So communicate that vision creatively. Number 3, communicate your vision continually, right? We're kind of just going backwards, right? With the why people aren't buying into your vision. It's that same thing. Maybe you just haven't said it enough. Maybe you have not made your team aware of it enough, and you just need to continue to say it. The best advice around this that I've heard is when you're starting to get sick of it is when it's just starting to sink in with your team. When you're getting sick of it as the leader, as the communicator for your organization, when you begin to get sick of it, that it's just starting to sink in with your team, because you probably talked to it, shared that vision with 50 people, and maybe just one time with 50 people. Well, they've only heard it once. Each person's only heard it once. So I think, what is this? Marketing people say we need to see something 7 times. So think about that. That means that you need to say it 350 times if my math is right? If you have 50 people that you're trying to get this vision to, you need to say it 350 times in different ways to different people so that it resonates with them and it passes the who cares test. And I know you're saying that's a lot of work. Yes, that's why a lot of organizations don't have vision buy-in, because people don't want to put in the work. You've got to communicate it continually. And then finally, it must be communicated through your actions. You must communicate your vision through your actions. People have to see it modeled in your behavior, in your interactions with others. It's not enough to say, this is what I want us to do, and you never do it. Or the people receiving it are not receiving it. Now, listen, we all have to take personal responsibility. If the vision of the organization is, let's say that you're a leader and you report to someone that is not the senior leader in the organization. They're not the leader that is casting the vision for the organization. You report to someone else that maybe doesn't model that vision very well. And, if we're having a coaching session and you say, man, they want me to be this type of person, create a positive work environment for my team, but I'm not getting that from my COO, right? I'm not getting that from the person I report to. Okay, that sucks, right? That's not fun. It's not a fun position to be in, but that's not an excuse to not take care of your team, right? You have to say, I may not be receiving that from them. I have to find that elsewhere. I have to come in and get myself strengthened, excited, and motivated to encourage my team and create a positive environment for them. I'm not going to make excuses because I'm not receiving it. But at that same time, if you are the senior leader, I want you to really consider this. Whatever you're asking your team to do, whatever you're asking your team to embody, maybe you want them to come in with a positive attitude every day and you have a scowl on your face, but nobody's holding you accountable. You're the business owner. Nobody's coming alongside you and saying, hey man, turn that frown upside down. We're at work. We want to create a positive environment. They don't feel comfortable doing that. Maybe they're not allowed to do that in your organization. Okay, you have to self-monitor. You have to say, hey, maybe I'm wearing my stress on my face, and I need to model that positive. I need to model whatever it is that you're looking for. You need to model that and communicate that vision through your actions.